Hello traders, petar.jacimovic here. Just want to update you on the current action and current situation, my opinion on the euro versus US dollar and USD versus Japanese yen, and update you about my short-term positioning on these two currency pairs. Since I'm having positions on both of them, as I said, these are my major positions on my portfolio. I will start with the euro versus US dollar and my entry from 1.1835, which I entered basically last week. So for now, what we can see here is basically that price went to clean the weak traders. There's some intraday market maker maneuvers here, since the price broke the low of yesterday low at 1.1828, and price went till the area of 1.1812, let's say. But guess what? Smart money again defend this level. They don't want to let. Seems like this level looks like a very attractive level for reestablishing the long positions. And there is also reason for that. There is last week low, which was also the buying tail from last week, and there is also very low printing area from the 2 weeks ago, which acting like support right now. And we see that in E period we got a buying tail and 4 prints. So this is a buying tail and aggression from the buyers. So we see the aggression of the buyers. Now notice that here, just the one. Notice here that we got a poor high, which actually suggests that this is probably will go above this. Maybe even today we can go near these highs and try to make a new daily high. So I won't be surprised if we see that. If we don't see today that, maybe tomorrow we can break, and traders may try to go above the 1.1780 high. So, but what's going on generally? So I start to be long based on fundamental sentiment analysis and intermarket analysis, but the technicals also confirm. I'll drop some very fast on the regular chart and see that we got a broken bullish flag. The price is trading about 21.50 and 200 simple moving average. Price is also successfully refusing to go lower and below the 38.2 from the most recent upward swing. We also got swing high, which acting like support, if you see here. So very good area for further upward continuation. Now, the market makers play with the crowd on intraday perspective, or with traders who got a tight stop loss levels and so on, and they just play with the crowd, in my opinion. And if we're back here in the market profile chart, there is one very interesting thing here to see, is that last week value basically was clearly higher than the 2 weeks ago value, basically the value from 2 weeks ago, which is this one. So you see that this value was clearly higher, and the point of control shifted higher as well. And this is for me a clear sign of the strength and a healthy trend. Now, of course, the smart money and professionals will try to get most of stop loss orders and try to make you out of their game before they establish their position. So you need to be very patient, and that's the key in any financial market if you want to make success. The key is to have patience and trust yourself and trust your view. Your analysis must be based on the valuable things, and then you need to understand what affect the instrument or the asset you actually trade. Because as I said, the things which affect exchange rate on any specific currency pair, basically, it's different than something which affects the stock market valuation, for example. So you must understand in depth about this business and the business you are in, and what affect exchange rate. There is a lot of factors which affect, including the fundamentals, the position of current interest rates, the current sentiment between the central banks, their inflation, current inflation rates. There is also intermarket correlation, very in-depth analysis. You need to understand participants in this asset, and who are major participants who actually affect the up and down, you know, and the trend, and let's call that, who affects the larger movements on the market. And after that, there is a technical analysis to understand and actually to just do the good timing and try to do the optimum timing, you know, for position yourselves if you got a good good fundamental picture or intermarket correlation together. Okay, now back to the euro versus US dollar. As I said, the value shifted higher from last week compared to 2 weeks ago. Point of control shifted higher at some point of control for last week is 1.1900. An interesting thing here, we also got a poor high. So we have a poor high from last week. We have the value shifted higher. Price basically, and we close in the middle or above the middle. You know, watching the last week close price. So this is a clear strength in my opinion, and this will just evolve in the further, you know, in further days, and further in the next period. Now keep in mind that we are in December month, and you know, something from 20 December we starting to the holidays period and so on. And what we got in the next 20 days, that will probably be most of the action which will happen for this year, because the banks will go to holidays and most investors will go and take a break, you know. But you know, before that, we may see new highs on the euro versus US dollar, and potential new highs, maybe testing of 1.2 level and so on, because we got some high impact potential volatility events like you know, ADP, employment change and so on. And also in the next week we also got high impact events, and that can be that boost which professionals need basically to force the crowd to, you know, to ride together with them. So as I said, buying tail today on E period, value still higher, poor high today, and we actually we got a fake breakout of the yesterday low and price back into the range of yesterday's range. This is another good sign. Now watching the weekly profile, we see that point of control is higher. Price is right now trading below the value of last week. We see the point of control here. The next resistance is the value high area, 1.1933, and then a high of that week at around 1.1960 area. So this is a strength here as well on the regular chart, and if we speak about the, you know, patterns and watching the position moving averages and so on. So I'm still absolutely bullish from 1.1835, and I'm expecting, as I wrote here, 1.2 level, which is also a round number, and then potentially retest of this high, which was actually the 62 days high from the, you see, before 62 days we got that high, so 1.2090. So, and from that point, this will be a good amount of pips already, 260 pips. And we will see if the price reaches these areas, how the price will behave in that levels, and we will adjust if is needed, and or scale some, or you know, we'll see. So let's go step by step and see. First of all, we need to reject again. This is right now supported. This level around 1.1812 is supported again. It's supported for 1, 2, 3 days, and this is a 4-day. So they absolutely protect this from going further lower, which means that there is a support and already predefined bullish trend. So watch for buying opportunities here. Now, this is about a euro versus US dollar position on the profile and the current condition in my expectation. Now watching the, let's back and go to the USD versus Japanese yen. It's a very interesting currency pair, and I still expect a very good, very good activity from professionals, from professional money, and I expect strength in Japanese yen. I think it's just a question of the time when we may see the very strong increasing in positions by the large speculators, and they start basically to put positions and make yen, you know, and make the yen to be strong. And it's just, in my opinion, just a question of the time when they will redistribute these large positions. And I'm still patiently waiting this to happen. Now, position. So again, I'm bearish in your Japanese yen from 112.75, as I said a few weeks ago, and I'm still holding positions. Even you see that the price basically last week and so on, price basically managed to back all my way, and I was also in some point in into some negative territory since I sold 75. I was 30 pips in minus, for example, yesterday at one point. But as I said, that's a normal in position trading. My stop losses are not tight, and I'm trying to make about 400 pips on your Japanese yen or more in the next period. We'll see how much we can go and what we'll have, but I just want to do update. So I like the position, a fundamental position on the Japanese yen, and understanding the intermarket coloration is in favor of Japanese yen potential strength incoming. Now I'm patiently waiting this, but watching the profile chart, this is the weekly profile. These two profiles here you see are daily profiles. Now, if you check the last week value, we clearly see that the value basically is lower than where the current price is trading at this moment. Since we have a value high at 112.13, and we have the value low around 110.89. And we also have the point of control in 111.22. So price basically right now trading in the range of the previous day. The previous day high and low are actually very poor as well. As you see, only single prints here. They're very, very weak. Both of them, high and low, they're very weak. And expectation is that if the price, price tried today to break this and got some double printing here. Anyway, if you check the value and compare with the value with yesterday, you see that the value shifted lower and point control shifted lower, which is a good sign of starting of potential distribution on this currency pair. Now levels to watch under some swing short-term perspectives. The levels to watch are 112.30, which is a value high from last week. Now point of control for itself 111.22, and the value low 110.89, and of course the lowest low point at 110.85. So my advice, absolutely, the price may go to reach this and try to go and to reach this point of control, and trying to test this last week low. So this is according to the profile and market profile analysis. So I'm expecting for the lower prices, and the value is lower from last week. So this can be a good thing for further downward movement on this currency pair. Now, if you check the regular chart, nothing actually changed, and I speak about this broken rising wedge for days. Now we also trading in the trading range for many days, this big trading range. But most recently, what's happening right now, and this is what I want to mark here, is you see that price basically rejecting and they some group of traders protecting the price from going further. This is a 50 simple moving average, this pink one, and you see that price rejected here as well. You see this bar here, and price also having the trouble to go above today. So we see that there is a 50 simple moving average, like a very, very strong resistance at the moment. Now take care that we, according to the price section, we also got these lows, which the support, which became resistance as well, and there is a very close 61.8 major. So be very careful in buying at this stage, because the further strength on Japanese is expected, in my opinion, and I'm expecting further strength on Japanese yen. Now we don't know time, how much it will take to happen that. We don't know when the professional will distribute, but we can position ourselves and wait with proper risk control, of course, and stop loss in the place. If something goes wrong, we got a stop loss and nothing to worry us. So we just position and wait patiently. Now the support levels on the short-term perspective to watch are 110.87, which is the most recent low here based on the daily time frame. And also we have 108.20 and 107.50, which are my main targets for this entry. Okay, so we don't know how much this will take this is not our job to see how much it will take. It's our job to try to position and ride with these large groups which affect the exchange rate, and try to ride with them, because as I said, at the end of the day, they have more information that we got, and the only thing that we can do is to try to ride with them and try to position with them. And as I said, you can see a lot of things, how they operate and understand their businesses. And if you understand their businesses, you have a very good chance to make success for yourself. By understanding their businesses, you can have a pretty good success for yourself. As I said, if you don't understand their businesses, if you don't know how they operate and what they use in their operation, how to read these footprints by these large players and understand, you have a very small chance to make a success in this business. And that's like for any business. You must understand in depth what affect the asset you trade. It doesn't matter if it's at the futures market, if that is a cryptocurrency, if that is a stock market. If you want to trade successfully and have some good long-term rising curve on your account, you need to understand in depth what affect the change in the price in your asset. Again, technical analysis is not what is the cause of any price move up or down. Technical analysis is only what happened in the past. It's a just reflection of the opinions in the past. Okay, so you can have patterns based in the past, and patterns which repeat from time to time, but still you're out of the real truth what caused the price to move in the future, and what can affect the money flow rotation between the markets, and as well understand the fundamental aspect. So it's a very serious business. It takes a lot of education, a lot of practice as well, before you get to the point to that you can be absolutely confident in your trading, understand the reasoning behind every your entry. So anyway, this is all I want to update you. I hope you like this video analysis, and feel free to subscribe on our YouTube channel, and also I wish you good trading. Basically, I will update you in the next period about the positioning if there is anything big happening. I will update you, and that's it. Stay tuned, trade safe, and bye bye for now.